Welcome back to Evan's Repairs and Creations. Behind me is my deck behind my house. And under this deck is a bunch of my future projects that are just sitting here waiting, and some things that are in storage. And what is going to be the focus of today's video. So let's get started. This is going to be a real fun one, so keep watching. Okay, so behind my hand, there's something I can't show yet because it's going to be an upcoming video. But behind it is this, a very, very crappy yard cart I got on trade a little while ago. You can't really see it very well because it's in here with like my snowblower and some other stuff. But yeah, we've got this old yard cart, and I thought, why not have some fun with it before I completely tear it down, because this is also going to be an upcoming video. But for now, I figured, well, why not have some fun with it as is. And I wanted to show you, it has a 3 horsepower Predator motor on it that's been pretty abused. There's not much left. It does run and drive, and not very well. I took it for a spin and it was pitifully slow with this engine. And there's some other problems that I'll get to once I get it out of here. But yeah, here it is. All right, here it is. It's just a basic yard cart, like I said. It's got a centrifugal clutch chain to a band brake. And right off the bat, we got some problems. Rear axle is definitely bent. I don't know if you can see it, but the rear axle's bent. This wheel is pitifully bent. That's okay. Also, I like the starter cable setup. Here we go there. We just got like wire, straight up wire, going to a clamp, going to what looks like a bicycle shifter cable, going to like some fabric inside of a cable clamp, which goes to the carburetor. It's very ingenuity. Like, it has a lot of ingenuity, I guess. I can't talk. I don't know. It's very you know, redneck, but that's okay. So are we. But yeah, I got a plan for this. Let's get it around front first. All right, now that I've kind of introduced you to the go-kart, I want to show you this big engine that I'm putting on it. This is a 319cc Briggs & Stratton engine. It's a flathead, and it's supposed to be making around 8 horsepower at 3,600 RPM. Now, this engine, it's huge, and I want to show you just how big it is. That is that engine for comparison, and here is the engine that was on it. Let me kind of set them next to each other there. Yeah, that's like the comparison. If this was yeah, like look at that. This thing looks miniature compared to that gigantic engine. It's huge. Like, I can fit my whole hand over this engine, and then this, like, yeah, that's your comparison. This thing is ginormous, and quite frankly, when it's running, it scares me. Like, it has so much torque. It's terrifying, but it's a good thing when you're putting it on a very sketchy yard cart that has no suspension and limited brakes. So yeah, that's great. Anyways, let's show you what I got going here. I got this clutch from Amazon, 14 tooth, 1 inch shaft. centrifugal clutch. That guy's going to be pushed on here, and he's going to get paired up with this sprocket here, and all that'll come together once I mount the engine up. So I'm going to get to mounting the engine right now, and then we'll work on some of the drivetrain stuff. Okay, so things are coming together. I got the engine mounted in, I'm getting the chain on, and after I got the old chain off, look at this. You guys ever seen someone do that as a master link? Or just to put the chain together? It's wild. It looks like a rivet. I can't even tell. Sheesh. Well, I'm gonna keep on moving and I'll give you updates here in a bit. I just thought I wanted to show you that. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, yeah. All right, I've got this thing rigged up. You want to come in here? Like I said, I tried to do this challenge for as cheaply as possible. I want to get this thing done with as little cost as possible, which means only thing I could buy is this clutch because I couldn't do without it. The rest I can make do. So I jerry-rigged this throttle cable that it came with. So now, see in there, we have throttle. Of course, we have brakes, and we got fuel and everything. So I think it's time to fire it up, give it a test drive. So let's try this. I'm gonna hold it. Move the way. Come on.
A few moments later.
All right, so I forgot that there's a little essentially ignition turnoff that's connected to the whole governor assembly down there, and so I bypassed that. Now it should start up. This thing scares me. This motor is terrifying. Alrighty, the parts have arrived and I went ahead and installed them. I've got the new brake band in, that looks great. And I had to get a new throttle cable too, like I said, because, well, otherwise it wouldn't have worked. But yeah, the throttle works great. Everything returns well. I also went ahead and installed a kill switch. It's pretty small, but it works. So that's what's important. Anyways, I think it's time for a little test drive. This thing is ridiculous. It just like literally bunny hops as you're driving, and it's terrifying. And I think it's time to actually take it for a test drive. If everything goes well, maybe a little rip. So yeah, I'm gonna have my camera woman, mom, hold the camera and watch as I fire it up here. All right, let's fire it up. Ignition on. Oh my gosh. This thing is a handful to drive. Holy crap. Holy smokes. Okay, so this thing is absolutely terrifying to ride, but it's crazy. Anyways, yeah, verdict says good, and it runs and drives, and it's wild. Anyways, with that, I'm gonna have to move on to something else that I'm also gonna throw in this video, because back here we also have, in front of my lawnmower, the four-wheeler. You guys might remember from previous episodes, and recently this guy decided to not run again, and so I'm going to try to get this fired back up, and then we're going to bring it to my grandma's property along with this go-kart that's over there. We're going to rip it around on that property, but I need to try to get this fired up first, so I'm gonna maybe bring some tools back here and start working on this. All right, so I took the carburetor apart, cleaned it all, and put it back together, and made sure everything was working properly. And look at it now. Perfect. So that's great. Good thing nothing else is wrong. Obviously, I gotta clean it up a little bit. And do some things before we can actually ride it much. So looks like this tire's flat or low, and then I think this tire is a little low. Yeah, a little bit. Obviously I had to put the front plastics back on. This guy got bent from me trying to kickstart it a bunch, so I have to fix that. Some other little things like tightening up the handlebars, and it'll be good to go. So yeah, I'm glad it went together that easy and started up that easy. I know I didn't really show anything, but like I said, I already done a video on this. So yeah, glad that is fixed. This should be a really fun trip. All right, we have made it to my grandmother's house, and I have Kyler here. He's been on the channel before, and I'm gonna thrash this thing as much as I can. So Kyler's gonna videotape me. First, I'm gonna just run down here really quick, and I'll go over to the field, get some footage there. It's gonna be crazy. All right, so it snowed. So that's fun. Yeah. Now the plan shifted from just trying to like thrash it off road to just kind of trying to send it around some snowy, slushy streets. So this will be interesting. I'm gonna have Dad do some videotaping for me as I come down the road here, and I don't know, we'll try to drift it around the corner or something, but yeah, here goes. Well, I don't think that's what your chain's supposed to look like. Yeah, give me a second to get that fixed. Well, folks, I'm going to end it with that. This thing is a riot. It is very fun, and it is also very sketchy. This motor has way too much power for it, honestly. And yeah, the brakes stopped working because they got wet in the snow. And so I really didn't have any brakes, and that's why I kept crashing into like the side of the road and snow piles and such. But yeah, this thing is really fun. It's just fun. Go build yourself a yard cart. Yard carts are cheap. I picked this one up for like $50 in a trade. That's like what I was trading for, it was worth. I traded it for like $50. Came with an engine on it, didn't have enough power, so I put this engine on it. I got this engine for $40 with a brand new carburetor, ran great. So in total, I had about $100 in it with the new clutch and new throttle cable. So $100 gets you something fun like this. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's fun. So if you want something like this, go build yourself one. It's not that hard. I mean, if you have a welder, you could even make yourself one. So do that if you want. This one specifically, and you're in the Des Moines area, it's for sale, $200 on Facebook Marketplace. Hit me up. Or it might be sold. I don't know. It's probably going to be a hot commodity. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Be safe this winter. Unless you're somewhere that doesn't have snow, just keep on living. Anyways, peace.